Hey, what's up my friend? Keala Kanae here, and in this quick video, we're gonna talk about why is it that smart people still fail in business, right? There's this total myth out there that you have to be smart in order to succeed at business, and really there's so much more to it than just that, trust me. So, why is it that smart people fail? Let's talk about that in this quick video. All right, so over the years, I've had the opportunity to work with lots of smart people that I've seen, win and win and win and win and win in their business, and then one day it just all gets wiped away. And at the same time, I've had the opportunity of working with other folks who maybe aren't that astonishingly brilliant, and yet they just absolutely crush it year after year after year after year, like they got the Midas touch, right? And over the years, I've identified 3 traps that successful people tend to fall into, and it's probably important that you know what those traps are and how to avoid them yourself as well. Now, before I get into the content really quick, if you like the channel, if you like this video, if you like the content, if you're getting value out of this, then go ahead and drop a like on the video down below. Drop a comment, right? Click subscribe, turn on that notifications bell so that you get notified when I drop other videos. And really, it just helps support the channel so that I can continue to support you. So drop a comment right now. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do that, and we'll get into it. All right, so here we go. The first big reason that I see a lot of smart people fail is what I call analysis paralysis. You've probably heard that before. Right? Smart people tend to be pretty data-driven, right? And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. We're a very data-driven business ourselves. In fact, I have another video somewhere around here that we'll link to where I show you exactly what data we look at in our business and what KPIs we keep track of to ensure our success. It'll be super insightful for you as well. But there is such a thing as analysis paralysis, right? Overemphasizing the value of the data. The problem with being data-driven is that we live in a universe of imperfect data. You can't get all of the information all at once and have it all be accurate. Rarely do you ever get that. In fact, typically, when you finally have clean data to look at, the problem is long behind you, right? So you're oftentimes having to make decisions without having all of the accurate data present. And the challenge with smart people is that they tend to overanalyze the data and they're afraid to make the wrong decision, right? Smart people tend to want to be right and they're afraid to make the wrong decision, especially making the wrong decision in front of their teams. And indecisiveness kills, right? It's almost better to be willing to make the wrong decisions, discover it's the wrong decision, and pivot than it is to sit for too long in a state of indecisiveness. Indecisiveness kills. I've often said to my team and to some of our clients that I coach that, I'm more focused on making lots of decisions than always making the right decisions, right? If I'm making lots of decisions and adjusting accordingly, that's better than my competitor who's made one decision in the amount of that in the same time it's taking me to make 5 or 10, right? So indecisiveness kills. Analysis paralysis, overemphasizing the data, very, very, very dangerous. Important to be data-driven and data-guided. It's just also important to understand that you're never going to have all the data that you'd like to have, and sometimes you just got to go for it, right? Number 2, the ego. Man, have I seen this kill some businesses before, right? Smart people tend to know that they're smart, right? They tend to think that they know everything. They think that they're smarter than everybody else. And the sign of a good leader is that they know when to lead and they know when to follow. They know when to ask for advice. They know when to ask for help. They know when they are in uncharted territory. They know when they're on grounds that they've never covered before, and they're willing to go and look and ask for help, look for coaching, look for advice. They're willing to admit that they have a weakness, right? And that they need somebody else's strength to help carry them through. And for a lot of smart people, they just aren't willing to set aside their ego long enough to admit that. And too much ego, scary, scary, scary thing, right? You've heard the term, I'm sure, the pride before the fall. Absolutely true, right? So smart people tend to let their ego run away with them, and because of that, they just miss out on opportunities. They miss out on important lessons. They make mistakes that they could have totally avoided, and they don't seek guidance when they ought to and really should have, right? And the third, and this is a big one, is that business takes guts. It takes courage. It takes having the courage to make the wrong decision. It takes having the courage to make the wrong decision and admit it to your teams, your staff, the people that you're leading, your customers, whoever it is. It takes guts to say, hey, you know, we made a mistake there and we're not going to do it again. And it's on me. I made that decision. It's on me. We're going to adjust and we're going to keep moving forward. You know, we apologize. We're going to do better next time, right? It takes courage to lead people, right? It takes courage to stand out in front and make a decision that you know was going to impact a lot of lives. Right? When it comes down to it, I would rather hire the person who has guts and is trainable, right, and is coachable, than hire the person who's smart but has no guts. Because I can't teach you how to have guts, right? I can't teach you how to be willing to just go for it, you know, on that gut feeling. Now, I'm not saying that you should rely on gut feelings to run your business. Absolutely not. But there's a balance between gut and data, right? And so sometimes you got to rely on that gut feeling to help you make that decision. And sometimes you got to be willing to push all of your chips in, right? And some people, smart people, as they're analyzing all of the risk-reward ratios, sometimes they're just too afraid to push all of their chips in, right? Sometimes you got to be willing to say, we're going in this direction, and yes, if we make the wrong choice, it's going to cost us a lot, right? And I'm putting all my chips in, let's go for it anyway. And knowing when, hey, that was the wrong decision, let's turn, and we're going to pivot and go back the other way, right? But sometimes you just got to be willing to push all the chips in to play and go all in, even without all the right data, right? You got to be willing to set aside your ego and know, hey, I could be making the wrong choice here. It could impact a lot of lives, and I'm willing to accept that choice. And all of that takes guts, right? So don't overanalyze the data. Don't suffer from analysis paralysis. Don't let your ego stand in the way. A great leader always knows when to be a great leader and a great follower, right? I'm always asking people for advice. I'm always attending seminars. I'm always reading books. I'm always asking people who have been where it is that I want to go, what do you think that I should do in this situation? I'm always looking for that guidance. And sometimes you just got to make those gut decisions, right? Or you got to face the music to your team or to your customers. Or you got to just be willing to go all in, not knowing what's going to necessarily come out of it, right? Just on the gut feeling that this is the right move to make, right? And so smart people fail too. And there's a lot of things that I'd rather have on my team than smart people, right? I can teach people how to think about our business, but I can't teach you how to set aside your ego, how to appreciate the data but not overanalyze it, and how to just go on some gut instinct and take a shot when it's called for. So hopefully you get some value out of this. There's some other videos around here. There's some content in the description. Make sure you check that out. And again, subscribe, like the video, turn on that notifications bell, get notified when other videos drop a comment in the chat. Let me know if you got some value out of this. I look forward to continuing to impact your business in the future. Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.